Morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm very excited to share a presentation that I've prepared for Team Nigeria Dubai. So, it's on debugging in Python, enhancing development for Team Nigeria Dubai. So, the presentation will be on debugging features available in Python for the development of secure and robust applications. Today we'll explore how the debugging tools provided by the Python compiler have been instrumental in the creation of a software solution for Team Nigeria Dubai. So the key topics we'll be covering in this presentation is an overview of the chosen IDE, integrated development environment, understanding debugging, debugging features in Python, application of debugging in development, improving application security and robustness. By the end of this presentation, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how Python's debugging features can enhance your development process, making your applications more secure, dependable, and etc. So, let's begin. IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So, what do we know of IDE? IDE is a software application designed for the assistance of developers of software in a more effective way. It helps the developer get the job done faster by putting all the functions such as software, editing, building, and testing, packaging together in a single user-friendly application. Just like how writers use text editors and accountants use spreadsheets. Software developers also use IDEs to make the job easier. So this is what software developers will use. So the chosen IDE we have used for Team Nigeria Dubai is Python compiler, also known as C Python interpreter. You must say why, but before we get to that, we must know what is C Python. C Python is by far one of the most popular implementations of programming language in Python. Moreover, the reference implementation, which is the standard version of Python, directly maintained by Python Software Foundation, it's also the default version of Python. So how does it work? A compiler written in Python takes the Python source code and it turns it into a bytecode, which then is run by the Python virtual machine. This procedure is such as the code can be run on different operating systems and platforms without any other modifications. So why we have chosen this is due to its simplicity and accessibility, lightweight, and compatibility. Simplicity and accessibility is because it's easy to set up, especially for quick script testing and debugging. It's lightweight, requires minimal system resources, and is suitable for straightforward application development. Compatibility, it runs on any platform that supports Python, which most platforms support Python. So it ensures versatility. Debugging. So before we get onto the debugging process, we must know what is debugging. Debugging is the procedure of identifying any flaws and correcting bugs in the software source code of any application. When the software fails to meet expectations, the computer programmers analyze the code and to find out the reason of the error. So therefore they're finding the bug. They use debugging tools to run software in a controlled environment, check the code step by step, and analyze all the issues and fix issues. So why is debugging important? Debugging is a key step in a software engineering and development process that helps developers fix the errors in a program before it is released. So it's very much essential to do debugging before you release it to the public. And it's a key factor that developers must take in. And by doing so, they ensure reliability, functionality, and quality. So common debugging techniques would be manual code review, just having a look at the source code, print statement debugging, and using other debugging tools. So the debugging features in the Python compiler. Python environment gives us some simple but very useful debugging tools, such as print statements, which are the simplest way to check the values and control flow. As well as Python's error messages that are very detailed and tell us exactly what is wrong and on which line of code the error is being shown. The interactive shell is an extremely good tool for playing around with small pieces of the code, coming up with solutions in a step-by-step manner. Print statement, error messages, interactive shell. These are the features of Python compiler. So, advanced debugging with Python's built-in tools. So, the Python debugger, also known as PDB, is a powerful tool that is offered in the whole environment of the Python compiler. It gives us developers a way to interactively debug their programs by running it step by step, viewing the values of variables, and setting breakpoints. These features are nearly a must for gaining insights into how programs behave in totality and finding out the parts where things did not work. Some of the features are step throughout the code line by line, inspecting variables and evaluating expressions in real time, setting breakpoints and conditional breakpoints. Some key commands are N, which is next, and it executes the next line of code. C, which is continue, resumes execution until the next breakpoint. And Q for quit, exiting the debugger. So, using debugging in the development of Team Nogueira-Dubai solution. So, one of them is identifying logical errors. Use print statements to verify values of athlete attributes and check flow and conditionals. So attributes such as national ID, age, weight, so on and so forth. Correcting syntax errors. Immediate feedback from the interpreter was used to resolve syntax issues quickly. Optimizing code. The interactive shell was used to test different snippets and optimize the program's logic. And ensuring correct fee calculation. PDB was utilized to step through the fee calculation logic and ensure all conditions and computations were accurate. So, debugging for secure and robust applications. How debugging improves security and robustness. It gives us an early error detection, finds bugs before they become vulnerabilities and become a bigger problem. Code quality improvement. Continuous debugging leads to cleaner and more maintainable code. Handling edge cases ensures that the application correctly handles unexpected inputs or extreme conditions. And reducing crash risks, which is identifies the fixes and fixes potentials cause of application crashes. In conclusion, what we have covered in this presentation was overview of Python compiler as the chosen environment, explanation of the debugging and its critical role in the development, review of Python compiler's debugging tools and how they were used, importance of debugging for developing secure and robust applications. To sum up, the Python compiler has a range of tools that are very important for debugging and are key for development of reliable software. Through these tools, we have developed a safe and sturdy solution for Team Nogueira-Dubai, which has been proven to be reliable and perform at high standards. Thank you for joining us today, and I appreciate your time.